Okay, so we have an official stream announced on the 27th, and in that image they have the colors purple and green. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that that is Goku Black and Zamasu. And so I was just like, you know, I want to make another presentation. I know you guys loved the last one of what I think his kit is gonna be. So listen, you may think that I'm an absolute idiot for thinking this will ever come to the game, but for me, in my personal opinion, this is like the perfect way they could represent Goku Black. But yeah, let's get right into it, you know. So the intro, I think we're not going to have a Zamasu on his own. I think it's only going to be a Goku Black like type thing, which goes into merge Zamasu later on. And that's because I don't know how they'd involve you collecting the Super Dragon Balls to like collect, like steal Goku's body. So I feel like they'll just like, it will start off with Zamasu just wishing for Goku's body, and then he'll teleport to the map with like him and Zamasu rolling up on the survivors. That would be fire as hell. I do think that this is going to be a Super Transfer Raider, because I feel like if they went the route of Dragon Balls and not Super Transfers, they're going to make Goku Black and Zamasu not as overpowered as they could be. Like, I feel like that's what they're underrating, the Super Transfer system. Like, they could have made Broly so broken, but it would have been okay because survivors have Super Transfers. But, you know, they really undershot Broly and he's kind of mid. So, listen, this kit may be OD to you. You may think this is like, oh my god, this is so broken. I don't care, dude. This is speculation. I just want him to be broken. But like, I've included stuff to make things a bit fair, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, let's just talk about base Goku Black. So, for his first passive, you get Evo off fighting and taking damage. This is basically just a combination of Frieza's passive, where if you take damage you get evolution gauge, and Broly's, if you fight you get evolution gauge. Because I feel like my goal here was to have, like, the future saga is a lot of just like straight hands, dude. Like Goku Black fighting Goku, fighting Vegeta, fighting Trunks, you know, fighting everyone. So I was just like, I want this Raider to just have non-stop action, basically, like non-stop like throwing hands with survivors and shit. So yeah, even if you take damage, you'll be gaining evolution at the same time. And alright, so this is where things get a bit like, I don't know. So on your first execution, it will permanently kill a survivor. And I'm like, listen, I know that's kind of like toxic as hell, but one, it's only on one, it's one time only. It's one time only. And I think it fits their character. Do you know what I mean? Like, they hate mortals, like straight up execute them. And I'd say like this execution would take like 10 seconds at least, like, so people can interrupt. But it's very strong, I'll say that. I don't know if I agree with like it. I'd have to like, I don't know, but I feel like it's good. It's good. I like it. I like it. I just said I didn't, but I do. I do. His super attacks, big ball, fighters, literally Broly. Think of Broly's level 2 but better. I hope they buff Broly next season, so I'm hoping that, like, you know, maybe they just make a better version of Broly for Goku Black, you know. His level 2, literally, like, it kills civilians, and it also instantly kills super transfers, and this would do the same thing. So yeah, and we have a basic beam. This is of the manga, because base Goku Black doesn't really shoot off a lot of, well, actually he does in the anime, I don't know. So yeah, the first super transfer would be just a base Trunks, because that's how it is in the show. We got actives, oh my god. So Zamasu, right, you send out Zamasu and he grabs survivors. Like, okay, so spoilers guys, but down here there's this is what would happen. Like, he'd grab you and then it'd like, you know, you'd get an opening to attack this survivor. And I think like there's a big difference between like Nappa having Cybermen and not having Cybermen, and I feel like most raiders just need kind of an assist like type deal, and guess who doesn't have one of those? Broly, and he sucks, and he sucks. So yeah, I feel like having this right off the bat would make Goku Black like very strong, which is good. And you'll notice that he doesn't really have any mobility except the time ring, which isn't even really mobility. So what I'm finding in most Raider games nowadays is that when you get jumped, you kind of don't really have a means to escape like very effectively. Like, you can use your break strike and try to escape from there, but they're gonna catch up. So The time ring, how I want it to work in Breakers, is that you kind of like put down a marker, and then if you click the button again, you teleport back to that marker, and it's kind of like a teleport, basically. It is a teleport, but you have to set it up yourself, and it stays permanently. It's like, I don't know if survivors would be able to see where you could teleport, because maybe that could be a good counterplay for it, so maybe that would be like a good thing. Like, it opens like a rift, and you can just teleport back to where you put the last marker. I feel like this would be a good way to get in and out of situations like they do in the anime, when they just kind of like, oh, we're heading out, see you later. And I get this icon looks like a piece of bread. Dude, I'm not an artist. I'm trying my best. And then the break strike would just be like Broly's. Like, the more you take damage, the shorter the cooldown will be, because I feel like that's a big thing. Like, break strikes are so valuable with the amount of stuns are in the game right now, and how obnoxious they can be. Alright, but let's move on to Rose, shall we? Listen, this probably won't happen, what I'm about to say, but like, none of this will probably happen, but dude, it'd be so sick if it did. So right off the bat, you heal 25% HP, and you go into level 3 Rose. So you have everything the same, like, blah blah blah, but this doesn't reset. This is literally a one-time thing. I just put it there because you gain more evolution of killing civs. Keyblade, your melee damage is increased, and oh dude, the pain will make me stronger. What a classic Goku Black quote, man. Oh my goodness. So basically the whole gimmick with Rose, what I want, is that he doesn't start off with the Cypher right off the bat, like in the anime. Like, he kind of like learns to use it. So at level 3, your evolution meter would be at 0 when you first evolve. But as you do damage, and as you take damage, and if you kill civs and blah 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 blah, that the gauge will increase. And when it gets full, you get like a Scythe mode. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into that in a minute. So the super transfer for this phase would be Vegeta, and he'd have like a I hope they do the melee barrage he did on Goku Black. That'd be sick. That'd be a cool melee super. His super attacks would be just based around the lasso, which he does on Goku here, and a melee combo, which I feel like not a lot of raiders have. Like, who actually does? Like Raccoon, I guess. Like, even then it's just a one strike thing, but this is a full-on combo, bro. Like, you are throwing hands. So it calls out Zamasu, and they hold down the if it's target. You could use this as like a dash if you have no target. So yeah, it calls out Zamasu, and it will hold down his fiber, and if you're in melee range, you'll do like a combo with the blade. Alright, active. So Zamasu again, but it's buffed, so that if Zamasu lands the grab, you instantly IT to them. A lot of people are saying that they want like an IT with Goku Black, that you can IT to survivors. I just think, bro, that's a bit far. Like, I get that barrier and stuff exists, and barrier IT Immortal Champion, but I feel like that could get too, like, actually annoying. And if I was a new player and I didn't have like things like barrier IT, I just want to quit the game, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, everything is the same except this fusion. This basically acts like Vegeta's Great Ape, like moon passive or whatever, burst open and mix, but it's for Fusion Zamasu instead. And I'll get into this later, because I kind of made Fusion Zamasu like the Ginyu Force, because I really like how they handle auto evolve in there. Like, if you die, you lose stuff for Ginyu, and I feel like that's very like a very cool idea, and I feel like it could be incorporated into Goku Black. So yeah, right, let me explain something real quick. So Vegeta is the super transfer for Rose, this Rose, but if you go into Scythe Rose, you can have, right, hear me out, you can have 2 super transfers out at the same time. This is because, like, it'll be like the show, you know? Like, Goku and Vegeta jump in Goku Black, and you never know, like, in this form, you might already kill the super transfer. Stuff like that. But if you have, like, 2 super transfers jumping a Raider, that'd be crazy, dude. I feel like that would be cool. I feel like it'd get annoying, but it'd be cool. So yeah, he has a Dimension Rift. It acts like Nappa's super, where it like kind of lingers around a bit, like a big key, like mesh, and it summons 3 but Goku Black clones. Like, these wouldn't be tanky or anything. It'd be like a couple key blasts and they die. But if you leave them out, they do like melee combos and shit. That'd be cool. And then a big massive beam acts like Broly's level 4. So I feel like, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. I didn't talk about Key Blast. Goku Black's Key Blast in this form, I'd say it'd be like this, but like in groups of 3s and stuff, and you know, blah 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 blah. And for this Goku Black, I'd say it'd be like Cell's level 2 Ki Blasts. I feel like those are pretty decent, like they're pretty good. So yeah, like you could have Goku and Vegeta jumping this guy, and then other survivors could join in, and you'd be like, but the thing is, right, you're like thinking like, how the fuck do you get out of that, you know? Time ring, man, I'm telling you, this time ring, it needs to work like this. It'd be kind of sick to have a Raider who can actually escape jumpings and stuff. But yeah, I feel like that would be a cool idea. Like, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about, like, so every piece of damage you do in this form will lower the cooldown for fusion, just like Vegeta. And if you're in this form, it will lower the cooldown even faster the more you do damage. So yeah, so at this point you can die as either of these forms and you will still fuse into Merge Zamasu, because that's like another reason why I don't think Zamasu will be level 1, because he's technically immortal. And I think, you know, some Dragon Ball games do like to keep that fact in, you know, keep that factor. You know, it is Breakers and it's based in like Xenoverse, so anything could happen, I guess. So yeah, death or fusion, you will merge into Zamasu no matter what. Fusion Zamasu. And I know what you're thinking, why is he still level 3? Well, I'll explain later. Okay, so this is like the Ginyu Force thing. So if you evolved into Rose, you get a health increase. If you evolved into Rose with the Scythe, you get a damage increase. If you evolve using fusion, you get full HP. And if you evolve through death, you only get 50% of your HP back. So I feel like that's a pretty decent like setback if you do not evolve with fusion. And I get it's like 800 seconds, but bro, the way I want these supers to work and shit, and like how you know, you can use the time ring to escape and blah 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 blah. I feel like you know, I might be going a bit OD, so I had to put this in place. You know what I'm saying? But okay. This passive only activates if you evolve through death, so for every survivor you down, you gain 5% HP. I don't know, listen, it would be cool if like they did that, but you know, that's just me. Okay, so we have, a lot of these things are based on fighters and the manga, so yeah, this would be his Ki Blasts. They'd act like Kid Buu's, and like they're very, very wide AoE and like massive hitbox. His first super attack would be also like Kid Buu's and Broly's, where it targets everyone on the map like this, like in his level 3 in Fighters, where it just kind of rains down lightning strikes. Blades of Judgment, think of like a barrage, but you can just activate it and not have to like do the animation, if you know what I mean. Like, it just shoots by itself, and you can keep shooting Ki Blast, you can keep shooting like you know, maybe start this up, and it would keep going. You know what I mean? So we have a barrier like Broly, and it reflects Ki Blast, but you only get it if you evolve through fusion. You'll see that a lot in this guy's kit, because I kind of wanted to like actually punish Goku Black players if they don't evolve through that. It's kind of like Great Apes. Like, if you evolve through fusion, you're cooked. Like, that is GG's, bro. You've let him like cook you too much. You know what I mean? And if you don't evolve through fusion, you actually have a good shot at winning, because like at the end of the day, he's at like 50% HP. You know what I'm saying? Super Transfer would be Vegito, because yeah, bro, that shit is canon as fuck. Time Ring, same. Break Strike is the same. And Zamasu, it also only gained through evolution, like through fusion. He, like, I know what you're thinking, like, on the anime he doesn't, you know, clone himself, but like, I hope they do manga content in this, like, in this season, because I'm hoping that this Goku would have like Hakai. Like, how cool would that be? I'd lose my mind. I'm telling you, I'd lose my mind. But yeah, that's how he would clone himself and then have a nice assist. Do you know what I mean? And you'd still get the instant IT thing, which would be cool. And then, okay, so if you somehow evolve through fusion and still end up losing, you have another scapegoat. You revive as Merge Zamasu. So basically, you get a bit angry, you know, you get 50% HP back, but my thought process behind Merge Zamasu is that he's a glass cannon. Because in the show, they're like, oh my god, he's becoming more immortal, and it's kind of like seen as a bad thing. So I took that, and I was just like, this guy's going to be a glass cannon. So 50% increased damage taken, 50% damage increase, and he gets a hell of a lot more melee damage, let's just say that. And the super transfer would be Sword of Hope, because that'd be like, it has to be included, bro. It has to be in there. Charging forward melee, you get super armor on both your supers. Honestly, his Ki Blast would probably have to be like a smaller version of the Shockwave. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he kind of just like flings his arm and it makes a massive shockwave, and it just like, it does damage, I guess. You keep the Time Ring, but the only unique passive with Merge Zamasu is you cry. You can cry, you know, and you get some more buffs. It kind of acts like Ginyu's like little buff thing. All you gotta do is like throw some tears and you'll get a bit stronger. But yeah, that is the main chunk of it. I want to talk about what will happen if you die at level 2 somehow, you know. So, as you can see, you die here and you go all the way down here, you know, you skip all of this and you just go straight to Merge Zamasu. And of course, you only have 50% HP, you won't have your health increase, you won't have your damage increase, you'll be missing like half your kit, basically. So, and you won't revive, I know that doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense, and I agree it doesn't, but I wanted Corruption to be level 4. Because yeah, so you'd lose half your kit, and you'd lose like a lot of HP, and you'd probably end up losing, unless you can clutch up. So yeah, that is my predictions for Goku Black. That's what I would love to see his kit be like. I think I've given the survivors enough chances to not get absolutely mollywopped by this guy. Like, what, this is 5 super transfers opposed from like the 3 you get versus Broly. I just want it to be like non-stop, like you're fighting everyone, you're going crazy, and I think I've done that. But let me know if I was not cooking. Let me know if you think I'm like an absolute idiot, because I'd love to know your opinion on this, guys. And if you're confused about anything, I don't blame you, but maybe I can explain it in the comments, you know. But this video is nearly 20 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap it up now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think he's gonna be like, because I'm hella hyped. Let's go. We win! We win!